Hello, I am Paul Schiernecker, this is Schiernecker etc. and here's 5 tips for Camp NaNoWriMo. Camp NaNoWriMo is run every July and is basically the same as NaNoWriMo, which goes on in November, which is National Novel Writing Month. Writers from all over the world aim to write 50,000 words in 30 days. I've taken part in it for 4 or 5 years now and one every year. It involves having to give up a lot of your life in order to get it done. But the aim is to write 1,667 words a day, which over the course of the 30 days of the month then means that you've written a whole book. Tip 1, if you fail to plan, then you will plan to fail, which sounds like nonsense business speak and is used as nonsense business speak. The way that I work is to take the 50,000 words and divide it up. So if you divide it into 10, then you've got 10 chapters of 5,000 words. If you then give those chapters a title or a basis, then it makes it an awful lot easier. If you're able to break it even further, if you can get 20 chapters, you know you've only got to write 2,500 words a chapter, which is about a day's work. That'll make it a lot easier to work through those 30 days, knowing that you've only got that word limit to hit each day. Tip 2, don't stop. As a writer, whether you're new to it or not, there's a tendency to want to go back and look at what you've done, be it at the end of a paragraph, at the end of a page, at the end of a chapter. Just don't. Don't stop. And don't edit and don't give yourself room to question what it is that you're writing. Hemingway said to write drunk and edit sober, and that applies best during NaNoWriMo and Camp NaNoWriMo. Tip 3, use resources. There's a wealth of information out there. My Google history looks like the workings of a serial killer whenever I'm taking part in these projects. You'd be amazed at the things you have to research in order to put together a book. In addition, Camp NaNoWriMo itself is really good because you're put into a cabin with other people who are taking part. The cabin that I'm a part of already has like a really good community feel to it. Use friends and use those cabin mates and, you know, query things through, and if you get stuck, ask them to just throw you a curveball or tell you the way that a character should proceed with something or the way that they'd expect something to go. You don't have to always take their advice, but at least it's there and you've got something to work with. Tip 4, treat yourself. There is a lot of work involved in doing NaNoWriMo and you need to take breaks and you need to have some kind of incentive. Mine often takes the form of caffeine and just the idea of finishing for the day and having a beer or having something nice to eat or going out with friends or whatever it is you choose to do to unwind. I'm not judging, but make sure that you treat yourself. Tip number 5, back that shit up. I've never lost a Camp NaNoWriMo project during the course of NaNoWriMo, but I have lost work through not taking the time to put it on a USB or put it on an external hard drive, using Google Docs or Dropbox or whatever other format you choose to save. A lot of the time I'll email it through to myself just so I know that there's a copy that's available wherever I am. But I know people who have got part of the way through the month and then lost 20, 30,000 words. It's something that you're just never going to be able to replicate again. Your head was in a particular space and it's very hard to grab that again. So thank you very much guys, that was my 5 tips for Camp NaNoWriMo, which starts tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to it. If anyone wants to chat things through, if you have any questions, then please hit me up.